Hey guys, I've been trying to pay attention to things that we all eat, and when you're a prepper and you try and stock up, a couple years worth of food, it gets kind of hard because most of the foods that have a long-term life on the shelf are going to be processed foods, macaroni and cheeses and things like that. And I've learned that rice is now 90-some% of all of it is GMO, and I despise GMO food. I think it's one of the worst things that's ever happened to our planet. And so my options are starting to thin down, and I went to the grocery store the other day, and I went through every single brand and style of loaf of bread, and not one of the loaves of bread, even the ones that claimed, healthy, they made their packaging and their name brand made it look like it was a healthy bread. Every one of them had, whether it was high fructose corn syrup, which comes from GMO and is also a cancer causer, or it had the preservatives that are derived from GMO, or it just flat out had straight up GMO food in it. Not to mention the fact, even the stuff that was not GMO was still just bad for you. So I could not believe I could not find a single loaf of bread that was decent. And, bread's not really something you can store long term anyway, unless you're going to deep freeze it. But even at that, you've got to always think, like I do, well, what if I lose electricity? It's just like this snowstorm going on up in New England. They're going to lose power. So, I got back to baking some bread. And, here's my loaf for today, and I'm probably going to share with you guys my recipe at some point. It's so easy. It is so easy to make bread, and doing it yourself, you know what kind of ingredients are going in there. I think you can probably hear my granddaughter. She's talking on the phone. Or one of her toys, she's acting like it's a phone. But anyway, these things are easy to do, and fortunately I have a propane stove, so even when the power goes out I can still cook. But a loaf of bread is something you can do in a solar oven. You can do in an iron, what do they call it, Dutch oven over a campfire. So we're going to start exploring some of those options. And a lot of preppers stock up on lots of flour and sugar, and then what are you going to do with it? So I just wanted to take a few minutes to bring that out to your attention. I'm standing here with an 18-month-old granddaughter in my way, under my feet, and I still managed to cook 2 loaves of bread. Bake 2 loaves of bread today. And the recipe is one that you can pat them down into like little dinner rolls. You can make a loaf, whatever. So, whether you want to look at it for prepping purposes, increasing your survival skills, because obviously bread is a good staple to have to help fill you up. You can do things with it, with flavoring it, make herbs and cheeses or cinnamon breads, things like that. So, and again, this recipe is a very basic recipe that allows you to do that. If you wanted to put garlic and herbs in it, for example, to make an Italian flavor, you could do that. If you wanted to add some cinnamon and a little increased sugar level in it, you could do that. So I'll probably be doing this for you guys here in the next day or two, because what I'm planning on doing is over this next couple of days doing several different ways of this bread, and I'm going to freeze a bunch of loaves so that then I won't have to bake any for a while. Not a bunch of loaves, maybe like 6 or 7 loaves. But hope you guys are doing good, and I just really hope that everybody is aware of what genetically modified foods are, and aware of the fact that most of the foods that we stock in our pantries contain either GMO or cancer-causing preservatives, or both, and it's a problem. We get down to the end of the world, we don't want to be stuck with cancer. So another thing is, you drop weight when you get off of the GMO and the corn syrups and all that without even dieting, and that's just proof again that it's not good for you. So anyway, I'll be back here in the next day or two with some more bread videos, and also one of my viewers has kind of made a little request to talk about gardening and starting seeds indoors. It's something that's a prepper skill that you need to have, as well as you need to be able to shoot a gun. It's just as important. So, hope everybody's doing good. Hope all of our friends up in New England are hanging in there. And good luck with this storm. And we got lucky here in Virginia. It went on around us, so thankful for that. But talk to you guys again soon.